Another piece of evidence is that of my brother Fred, who died 3.5 years ago. His was one of the spirit forms introduced by Maira. The medium said, "I am now shown the form of a well-knit, broad-shouldered man who, before he became emaciated by disease, must have been a robust, athletic figure. His brow is broad and open, rather prominent cheekbones, large, fine brown eyes, well-shaped, but broad nose, hair dark but strewn with gray, mustache full and large, and beard irregular and unkempt, as though the wearer was not in the habit of wearing a beard, but had permitted it to grow owing to stress of sickness." The peculiar point about this visitant was his extreme emaciation, and he took particular pains to impress the fact upon the medium by pointing to his body as evidential testimony. This fact being established to his satisfaction, he then laid his hands upon his abdomen, and, immediately Mr. Beard experienced a sensation of exhaustion, of weariness, and a draining of life forces, rather than of actual pain, and it was this condition that our friend from the beyond was anxious for the medium to take on. Mr. Beard reported to me what was taking place, and described the extraordinary feeling of exhaustion and extreme weakness that he himself was experiencing in the lower portion of his body, and asked me if this phenomenon conveyed any meaning for me. I replied, "You have described my brother, who passed away 3.5 years ago, as also the disease of which he died." I then said to the medium, "Has my brother a message for me? Is there anything he would wish me to do?" Mr. Beard said, after a few minutes, "Your brother is now leaning upon a stout staff and wishes me to convey to you that it symbolizes life is continuously progressive, and that he is rising to higher spheres, to a higher spiritual state. At least, that is apparently what your brother intends to convey." In response to my question if I could do anything for those he left behind, or if he had any message for her he loved on earth, he made it quite clear that he was aware of what I was doing for his widow and seemed content to leave the matter in my hands. He was sensible of, and grateful for, what had already been done.